Hi, welcome everyone.
Hi, Lori.
Hey, Leanne, how are you?
Doing pretty good. About yourself?
Good, good. How was the day with the grandbaby?
What was that?
How was your day with Bren?
Oh my gosh. She's slept a lot today. I've been using that Seedlings Calm on her bottom of her feet. And normally she doesn't sleep, but she's very happy, you know. But today she just kept, you know, every time she ate and then she would sleep. I'm like, man, I can't play with you if you're sleeping. Yeah. So
That's awesome. That's good. What
she's
gave
so
you a little
big.
more rest then?
She's getting so big. So big.
Everyone, how are you all? We are gonna get started. Tell me what oils you're dropping on.
Hello.
Clarity. I'm gonna just ask everyone just to be on mute until the end, and if there's any questions, you can ask at the end. You can also use the chat feature at the bottom. There's a little bubble that you can ask questions to the group as we go along. But I am going to, I know these can run a little longer sometimes, so I'm going to try to keep this to 30 minutes because that way you can all absorb it, and then we're going to dive deeper into this if you are interested in learning more in the month of August. So welcome, welcome. My name is Sarah Stetson, and I see all these familiar faces. I love it. Thanks so much for joining tonight. We're going to talk about how to get your oils paid for. And at the beginning, it kind of starts out as like a little discount, right? And then it increases as you just continue to share. And with all of Young Living's wholesale memberships, you have the option to share your member number or your link. And I'm going to show you how you find that right now. I'm not super tech savvy, so bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. I think I got it all ready to go. Okay. So when you go into your virtual office, can everyone see this? Thumbs up, nodding. Okay, awesome. This is my husband's virtual office here. This is his, like, what it looks like when you log in with your member number and password, or your, username and password. And let me just, there we go. And when you scroll down, if you look over here to the left-hand side, it says member resources. You're gonna just click that, and a little drop-down button will occur, but then you're also going to be in this like quick links where there's tons of information for you guys to search through and learn at your own pace. But what you really need to do is down here with this drop-down tab, at the bottom it says link builder, okay? And I'm hovering over that right now. I'm going to click on this. Okay, and this is my husband's sponsor ID and enroller ID. Those two numbers are the same. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and right here you can see this is his big old link. All right, it's huge, right? Big link, and you can shorten that by just using like a bitty link, like going to like a link shortener website, and you can shorten that. But if you see over here, it says copy. Once you hit copy, that's your link. And then that way you don't have to tell people, oh, use my member number, and you can give that to them. I know when I enrolled, my friend was like, here, use my member number. And I had to like double check, am I using the right number? Are they all the correct, because if one number's off, then they might be enrolling with someone else by accident. So when you give them your link, it's just so much easier. And so what I then do, when someone is interested, and we're going to talk about how people become interested in Young Living. Authentically. So I have this saved in my Google Docs, and I will share this with you. This should be actually in our business group. I have this whole write-up, and I have Google Docs on my phone, so when someone is interested, they're like, hey, I'm ready to get my kit, I just send them these directions. And right here, I have click my link, and see I shortened it. It's already shortened, so it's not this huge long link. in your direction. And then I just say, make sure you check the wholesale button. And then I also give my member number. Make sure this is in the sponsor and enroller basis. Okay. And then I have all the steps, because as you know, you all enrolled and it was maybe a little confusing. I know it was for me at first, all these steps to do, and then you have essential rewards. Like, what is that? I don't want to be locked into a monthly membership thing. So it's just taking the scary out of it for people. So that's how you find your member link. And this is going to be on YouTube, so you can go back through and just watch that clip again. Super simple, and if you have questions, you can always message me. Now I'm going to stop share, and we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty of how do we become, someone that shares authentically. Not this like, oh, I got my oils and I love them now and I'm going to blast them all over the place, right? That person that once they become, a member in a network marketing company, you kind of see when you scroll their Facebook or their Instagram, it like instantly switches to, oh, product, right? And I'll be honest, I was that person, and I still have to go back through and check, am I offering enough value? Am I putting enough just personal things on my Facebook and on my Instagram? Because people buy you. They don't buy a product, okay? They buy you, and they buy what you bring and what you offer and your personality, what, just the vibe that you put off, okay? So I'm going to share 5 things that you can do to just share authentically and be who you are. Now I'm coming to you like completely like just my hair is a mess. This is who I am. Like I was just out weeding. I probably have like dirt under my fingernails. This is who I am. I'm not changing for anyone. I sometimes feel like I'm starting to see these little clicks pop up now with Young Living. I've been doing this for almost 6 years, and now it's become this, like on Instagram, it's become this new like, oh, you have to look a certain way, you have to have a certain filter, you have to, be this like boho chic kind of person, right? I don't know if you've seen that or if you are like feeling that as well. You don't have to change who you are. Be you, okay? So number 1, real authentic pictures and stories, whether it's oils or not, okay? When you're putting up graphics that are like, what's the word? Like corporate generated, or from like some of the big oil, like the diamonds and above, when you have those graphics that just look like an infographic, a lot of times people just scroll past that, okay? It's a true authentic picture that captures their heart. It captures their eyes and says, whoa, what is that? Let me stop and look. And then you can share a story. Stories sell, facts tell, right? So doing a little bit of both is really great to do. So sharing a testimony, sharing where you were before oils, how they've changed you. I know for me, mine is so simple. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. I was using lavender for years, and a friend gave me lavender, Young Living's lavender, and my baby slept, and I was like, what is this? This is completely different. It smells different. Like, not a crazy story. It just worked. And then, we had other stories, the stories of supporting Sawyer's respiratory condition that she had, not having to always be on antibiotics, supporting her digestive tract, with digest, like all of those things. Those stories are really important. But put a story of your family, put a story or a picture of your family. It doesn't always have to be like oils, right? But real authentic pictures. And then always ask questions, gauge their involvement. Always have a question at the end. Or as you're on Facebook or Instagram, maybe not always be telling a story, but just ask for advice. Whether it's mama advice or looking for, I know right now everyone's asking for homeschool stuff because everyone's kind of going crazy and we're all in this together. So ask a question, right? Gauge that involvement. Number 2, this kind of plays into it, but offering value. When you're just beginning, right? and you're showing up more on social media. Maybe you weren't one that was always on social media, but now that this is kind of our window to the world, we're not really interacting with people belly to belly anymore or as much. So classes in person are less. And so we're using this tool that we have at our fingertips. As much as we love it and hate it, I don't know about you guys, but it's like, oh, it could be like bittersweet, right? It is the window to the world. You can connect with so many people. I'm mostly over on Instagram now. I'm considering TikTok. But like, you can connect with people in other parts of the country, in other parts of the world, and you can build your business that way. And build not just business, but friendships. I have built so many friendships through Instagram and meeting people that are local in my community and people that are in other states. And so it's just really cool the way that it connects you. And I think that's what I love the most about social media and about building my business. I get to meet people that if I were just a stay-at-home mom, which I did love, but leaving my teaching career and then being put in a place of like just having to clean up after my kids and I loved gardening and doing all those things. I just didn't feel as fulfilled as I did when I was working, like just bringing, like contributing to the family. I loved contributing to the family. So this meshed, this worked for us. If you were to ask me to sell nail polish or, I don't know, like leggings or purses, that just wouldn't work for me. I couldn't be authentic. I couldn't be who I am. But this works because I love health. I love gardening. So if this works for you, if this is something you can talk about all day long, and it vibes with who you are and what you do in your life, then by all means, share it and just share it from your heart. So offering value is number 2. So whether it's oily or non-oily, it doesn't always have to be oily. Remember that? Recipes, tips, tricks, links, coupons, and most of all, laughter. Offer humor. I feel like Facebook can be so volatile right now. That's why I'm kind of on Instagram a little bit more. Instagram can also be a little bit depending on who you follow, but you can unfollow people that, you know, just kind of bring you down. But offer laughter, offer humor, offer a smile on Instagram and Facebook. And that connects you to another person, right? And they're gonna be like, ooh, I like her. I like what she, you know, talks about. I like what she shares. She's funny, or she's like messy like I am. Like her house is never put together. I like that imperfectness. You know, Misfits Market. I was just up at my sister-in-law's and she got a Misfits box, and I was like, you know, I need to do that. And so she has a code, and I said, next, you know, in the fall, I'm gonna grab a code from you because that's the only thing I really go to the store for in the fall and winter is fresh produce. And so offering things that are other than oils. But then you can always offer recipes. Like today, I just offered a recipe for our nice cream. And I just said, you know, protein powder, we use Young Living. I didn't say use Young Living. It was just, this is what we use. And people can choose to use Young Living protein powder, or they can choose to use something else. But you just give them that option, that it's not pushy, but this is what we do. So offering, just offer. Number 3, I think I've said this before over and over again, but be you. Find your niche. Is that how you say it? Please tell me. Niche. I say niche. That's just me. Like, I know other people say niche, but so I'm just trying to be cool like that. But find your niche. Attract like-minded people, and you can refine this. For me, I was thinking homesteading and health coaching all along was like my niche. But really dive deep into what you can talk about. And here's my little tip, like choose 3 to 5 things that you can talk about all day long, not related to oils. Okay? Is it knitting, crocheting, sewing, horseback riding, gardening, your family? Like, what is it that you can talk about all day long? And then that is really what you're going to show up with on Facebook and Instagram. Like, and keep it that way. It's cyclical. When you look at Instagram, sometimes it's like the same pictures of people, like same pictures, same room, same color scheme, and it's like, okay, but that's just how our brain works. We have to hear things up to 7 to 11 times or more for it to sink in, for it to be like, okay, I get it now. Or if you're constantly sharing the oils and how they work, like maybe Monday you share about lavender, you know, and you rotate it. But the more people hear and the more people see that there's different recipes to use lavender for and different ways, and this is how you mix a spray and how you make a roller bottle, like just over and over those really, really, really simple things. Like if you were just beginning and you're just starting to share and you're thinking, this is what I hear all the time. I hear, I don't know as much as you do about oils. Trust me, I was right there with you guys. And sometimes I'll get questions and I'm like, let me get back to you. And I'll look in my reference guide or I'll research on Pinterest. I'll do the same things you guys do. I just kind of dig deeper, but it's just trial and error and share what works for you. Like share how you're making a roller bottle of, you know, lemon, lavender, peppermint, allergy, or seasonal wellness, we can say, roller, and where you put it, how you use it, and how it has relieved your seasonal allergies. So like sharing those things and doing it over and over again, real simple things. Because people get, when they get confused, they say no. So don't make it complicated, right? I'm gonna say that again. When people are confused, when there's too much information coming at them, they say no. Keep it simple. So find your niche, find who you are, what makes you you. And you're gonna continue to refine this. For example, I could share about healthy living, I can share about hormones, but that's a really broad topic, even though I thought that's kind of what I share about. But to refine it even smaller, my goal in life is to raise up my daughters to have a healthy view of their body and of food and how to nourish themselves, and so that they can have healthy hormones. So I'm refining that every single moment and like, okay, how can I share more for and reaching that target market of moms with tween girls, okay? So think deep on this. And share those things, offering tips, tricks, recipes on those things. Number 4, being consistent, showing up faithfully. And that might look like 5 days a week, right? So if we only show up to our job 3 days a week, right? You know, we're gonna get paid for 3 days a week work, right? If we show up 5 days, we're gonna get paid for 5 days a week work. So show up, you know, and it takes, you know, a couple minutes to write a post. And these are the things that we're going to dive into, like how to keep it consistent, how to keep it intentional and authentic. We're going to dive into that in August. So being consistent and showing up, forming real relationships, following other people that you like and reaching out to them, and just commenting on their stories. And Tiff, I'm going to use you as an example. Tiff she's a sweet friend, and we met on Instagram. I just thought she was the sweetest, and I would comment on her stories. She's a gardener and she's a homesteader, and I love her story. And so I love watching her stories, and I'll comment on her posts, and I never said anything to her about oils, anything. And out of the blue, she's like, hey, I'm ready for my kit. And I was like, okay. Like, so forming friendships. It's not about selling kits. It is about forming friendships. It's about meeting people where they're at and being who you are. So consistency, showing up, forming relationships. And then 5, the last thing, this really doesn't go along with the other tips, but I know I always get this question. Filters. Where do you get your filters to make your pictures pop? Or, you know, to make it all look cohesive. And when people ask what I spend most of my time on for business, it's learning Instagram really, learning social media. And so all of these things, it's just I've learned through trial and error, and I'm still learning. But filters, you can download an app called Lightroom. I'll type that in here, Lightroom. And it's a free app by Adobe. And you can search that on your phone, and you can download that, and then you can go to Etsy, you can go to, you can just search Lightroom filters, And you can purchase these filters, and it seriously is like a picture that you then put into your Lightroom app. You copy the filter. I know this might blow your mind if you're brand new to this. You copy the filter and you paste it on your picture. And these are all the things we're going to go through in August. And you can choose your filter according to who you are. Maybe you are more earthy and natural and moody, and you would choose a dark filter. Maybe you're bright and cheerful, so you choose a filter that is really bright and airy. And maybe your pictures have more pops of color in them, lots of color. Maybe you are that neutral boho chic kind of girl, and your filter is more like the neutral browns, and so you choose that neutral brown filter. So there are so many different things, and the color, that brand, that's like your brand. You are your brand, and that stands out then on social media. Like, I know when I see a picture, before I even see the person's name, I know that that is so-and-so when I see that filter. Or if I see, a bouquet of flowers, the way that it's filtered and the kind of flowers, I know that it's that person. Because, again, repetition. You keep putting the same pictures in a little bit of a different angle or a different arrangement. You just use the same pictures, same filter. Again, just different angles. So filters, that creates that cohesive brand. It just does something to our eyes that draws us in, and it's like, it makes us want to stop. And then we can have the messy, because I know some of you are really like, but I'm messy and this is not me. And that's okay too. You can make your market that way too. I know there's people on Instagram that don't even use the filter, and they are super messy and they have lots of following. And it's not even about the following. We're not even going to even get into that. Because when you're connecting with people and messaging and commenting on their posts, they're going to come and comment on your posts, and you're going to follow each other, and you're going to form friendships. So it's not about following. So yes, the cohesive brand. So if you keep it all cohesive, and then your story, maybe you can tell, like, I don't know, a sad story or something that really touches your heart, or you can share the messy in your life in the story, in the captions. That makes sense. And then those are really the 5 things that are so important when you're doing business on Instagram or Facebook. And I'm going to repeat them again. Authentic pictures, instead of like just the graphics that Young Living sends you, or because no one really knows what that means. Like, if you get the ER graphics at the beginning of the month and you put them on your Facebook feed, your friends, if they're not a member, they don't understand it. I mean, they don't get it. So share more of how you're using the oils in your kit. Offer value, sharing recipes and tips. Be you. Find who you are. Find your niche. Be consistent. Showing up. And that's showing up in your stories too, in your little highlights, in your highlights, and sharing the behind the scenes, what you're doing. That's where you can show how to make a roller bottle, real quickly. And then you can save those in your little highlight section so people can go back and watch it again. And then filters, using those filters if you choose to use them, because that kind of helps you as your brand stand out. It speaks to who you are. Like I said, if you're dark and earthy and that like more hippie, you can go with like a darker filter. If you are bright and cheery and you're that happy, bubbly person, you can just choose a lighter filter. So speak for your brand. So in August, and you can start writing questions if you have them. So August 1st, we are going to be diving deeper into this and doing a mentorship for 30 days. And we're going to walk through this together, and we'll coordinate what we're going to be sharing in our stories, like how to do that, what we're going to be sharing on our timeline. So that way we can pop back and forth, comment on each other's posts, because that also plays into the algorithms of, how many people see your posts too. And then you're going to build those friendships. You're going to build those relationships. It doesn't happen overnight where you post a picture of the kit or you post a recipe and then, people are like, "Ooh, I want that." It might take 3 months. It could take 6 months. It could take a year. I've had people that are quiet stalkers, and after 3 years, they just come out of the woodwork and they're like, hey, I want a kit. I've been watching. Seriously, 3 years. So it takes time. So that's where consistency shows up. And so we can do that. We can start in August 1st. And one of you lucky live viewers tonight, I'll put a Google Doc, and I'm going to reimburse you for the program that I'm going to use. It's been one of the most amazing teaching tools where I've learned so much about Instagram just these last 2 months. I'm going to share that. You'll get reimbursed for your first month. We'll be using that tool, and then we're also going to be using Young Living's new Rise book. I got a bunch of these printed. They're gorgeous, but it dives into the, again, all of those things that we talked about. It dives into all those reasons why, but then it also talks about how you get paid. So if you're not familiar with this, every time someone gets a premium starter kit with your member number, you get roughly around $50 back. You get it the next month. So if you place an ER order of $50 or more in, say, July, and you have a friend that enrolls in July, you're going to get a $50 check the next month. So that covers your Essential Rewards order. If you have 2 friends that sign up in July, all you have to do is spend $50 in that month, you get $100. So for every person, you get about $50. Now, if they enroll with like the ARIA kit, or if they enroll with the premium starter kit and then they add on, so you'll get 25% on top of that for the first 3 months. Then your commission goes to 8%, and you're required to spend 100 PV a month. They put you in that business builder mode then, right? So we'll dive deeper into that, all right? And what that looks like to build your business through enrolling, okay? So let me see your questions. Lightroom, I put that. Oh, thank you. It's taken, oh, I feel like I go back and forth with my filters. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm this person, and oh, maybe I'm this person, but Canva, yes, tip. Canva is an excellent resource, and we're going to be diving into that in August too, and how to use that. And it's come a really long way from when I started using it. You can do so many great things to create stories on there. So Rise will be from me. You can download it. Let me see if I can share my screen again. So if you go into member resources again, oh, right here, it's right in front of me because it's brand new. So over here, you can click on it. This is the booklet. You can download it for free. I had a bunch printed, so if you want the copy that is printable and you can write in it, just PayPal me $10 and I can send it to you. But I had a bunch printed just because I think they are beautiful and they're a nice resource to have in your hands. They're tangible, and it'll save you from printing all of these pages because it's a lot of color and a lot of beautiful pictures. So you'll just let me know if you want that. I have like 25 of them. All right, Amber. So just message me if you want it. That way I can keep track, and I'll take notes afterwards. Let me think. Anything else? Any other questions? So our next meeting, our first planning meeting, is going to be Thursday, next Thursday, so we can all become on the same page and we can talk about what we're gonna, start sharing on Instagram starting August 1st. So we're all doing the same thing. We can all work together in creating graphics. Some people are really good at creating graphics, and others are like, this is really overwhelming, right? So we can work together to do that and share those same graphics on social media. And then the organization or the membership that I am sharing with you guys, she gives tons of resources as well, so we can use those. If you're not a member on our team yet and you want to lead with the business, if you want to join, because I know some people are like, I'm just looking for a side income. I'm looking for a side hustle, and they're looking at all the different companies and what vibes with them. We would love to have you part of our community, and you can message me to enroll, and we can start you off in the business group and with your oils right away as well. So you can do this by reactivating. If you're inactive after a year, you can reactivate and join our team. And if you've never had your kit, you can join our team when you're ready to. So this will be on YouTube for the replay. And next Wednesday night is a fun night. That's our macrame night. So join us back here. You did get an email today. It went out today with the directions and all the supplies that you'll need. If you placed in a 50 PV order in June for all the convention things, you probably got that happy mail already. You probably got all your supplies. So we will do that together if you want to. If you just want to macrame on your own, that's totally cool too. I know some people like to just be together. So, okay, so Instagram. And if you're not comfortable with Instagram, you can just do all these things on Facebook. That's totally fine. No need to give yourself anxiety. You can share these things on Facebook just the same. So Valerie and March, no worries. Okay, well, if there's any more questions, there's something I didn't answer, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you along. Have an amazing night. I think we kept it under 30 minutes. We did it. All right. Thanks everyone for joining. I'll see you either next Wednesday night or next Thursday night if you choose to join our Rise Up in August. All right. Take care.